Everybody ready to get started with our fractured fairy tale? All right, guys. What we have today are fairy tales with a twist. They're not quite like the normal fairy tales, but they're lots of fun. And Miss Shayna is going to read one to you called The Ninja Bread Man.
I am.
Awesome.
There we go. This one is called The Ninja Man by C.J. Lee. Well, there's the dojo that they all train at. Look there. Once upon a time, there was a little old sensei who taught ninjas in a hidden dojo. Let's see, what type of ninjas do they have? We've got the bear. We have a bear and a fox and a rat and a snake and a panda bear. Kind of reminds me of Kung Fu Panda in a little bit. Let's see what happens. The group trained hard to be the strongest, the fastest, the smartest, and the sneakiest ninjas in all the land. Sensei was very proud of his students. So proud that one night he made them a special treat, ninja bread. Ninja bread was an age-old recipe passed down from sensei to sensei. It took a lifetime to master. Once baked, the cookies contained many mysterious powers. They were also dangerously delicious. Sensei mixed the batter, rolled the dough, and shaped the ninja bread into a tiny sword and throwing stars. Then Sensei crafted a ninja bread man. Once done, he carefully placed the tray in the oven. Finally, as Sensei opened the oven door to check on the ninja bread, kapow! Out leaped the ninja bread man, alive and kicking. Sensei was surprised to hear the cookie speak. The time has come to test your students. Now they must try as best they can. They can't beat me. I'm the ninja bread man. And with a crack and a flash, the ninja bread man disappeared in a cloud of sugar dust. Sensei sounded the gong as a warning to his ninjas. For tonight, they face the greatest challenge of their lives. Oh my goodness. Ninja Bear was balancing on one finger when he heard the gong. Suddenly, a sweet scent filled the night air. Danger was near. With a crack and a flash, a cookie figure stood before him and announced, try as best as you can. You can't beat me. I'm the ninja bread man. I got past Sensei, escaped in the night, and I'll defeat you too. I can. Ninja bread man, shouted Ninja Bear. You will make a mighty morsel. With a running roar, Ninja Bear charged, but Ninja Bread Man jumped out of the way, and Ninja Bear lost his balance. Then, with a bow, the Ninja Bread Man escaped into the night. Come back, yelled Ninja Bear, but the cookie had disappeared. Ninja Snake was throwing stars in the forest when she sensed Sensei's warning. The bamboos swayed in the wind. Danger was near. Suddenly, a cookie figure stood before her and announced, try as best as you can. You can't beat me. I'm the ninja bread man. I got past Sensei, escaped in the night. I dodged Ninja Bear in the pale moonlight, and I'll defeat you too. I can. Ninja bread man, hissed Ninja Snake. You will make a super snack. With a flick, swish, Ninja Snake launched her throwing stars, but Ninja Bread Man was too fast. He launched a cookie star ninja attack of his own. Look at all those cookies he's throwing. Then with a bow, the Ninja Bread Man escaped into the night. Come back, yelled Ninja Snake, but the cookie had disappeared. Ninja Mouse was training with his swords when the warning gong rang. Ninja Mouse heard someone tiptoeing around. Danger was near. In the blink of an eye, a cookie figure stood before him and announced, Try as best as you can. You can't beat me. I'm the gingerbread man. I got past Sensei, escaped in the night. I dodged Ninja Bear in the pale moonlight. I slipped past Ninja Snake in a throwing star fight, and I'll defeat you too. I can, I can. Gingerbread man, squeaked Ninja Mouse, you will make a nice nibble. Ninja Mouse sprang forward, but the gingerbread man tricked the mighty mouse. Then, with a bow, the gingerbread man escaped into the night. Come back! Yelled Ninja Mouse, but the cookie had disappeared. Ninja Fox was sitting beside a great waterfall. He did not hear Sensei's warning. Ninja Fox gently hummed. I sense something dangerously delicious. With a crack and a flash, a cookie figure stood before him and announced, try as best as you can. You can't beat me. I'm the gingerbread man. I got past Sensei, escaped in the night. I dodged Ninja Bear in the pale moonlight. I slipped past Ninja Snake and made Ninja Mouse ache. And I'll outfox you too. I can. I'm sorry, said Ninja Fox. I didn't hear you. What did you say? The gingerbread man stepped closer and repeated, try as best as you can. You can't beat me. I'm the gingerbread man. I got past Sensei, escaped in the night. I dodged Ninja Bear in the pale moonlight. I slipped past Ninja Snake and made Ninja Mouse ache. And I'll outfox you. I can. I'm so sorry, said Ninja Fox, pretending he could not hear the cookie. The waterfall is just too loud. What did you say? The gingerbread man took one final step closer. Following one quick movement, a cloud of sugar dust covered Ninja Fox. Ninja Bear, Ninja Snake, and Ninja Mouse came running out of the forest to find Ninja Fox. Was the gingerbread man gone? Far away in another hidden dojo, a little old sensei worked under the mystical moon, mixing, rolling, and shaping a gingerbread man. The end. Uh-oh. It looks like there's going to be another gingerbread man out there running around. I do hope that they are not going to get in trouble. I think maybe he'll be a better than the first one. I don't know.
I did enjoy that story, and if you would like to read another version of that story, you can go on Hoopla, create an account with your library card. It's absolutely free, and Miss Shayna is going to show us, there it is, the Hoopla version of the Gingerbread Man. And this one is actually a read-along, so it can be set up that it will read automatically, and there are activities at the end that you can do. So that's really cool. And now Queen Laura is going to read us some of her favorite rhymes.
Good morning, everybody. Hope you're all having fun listening to our stories. And now I have some, the book is called Mary Had a Little Jam. It's gathered together by Bruce Lansky, and it's brought to us by Scholastic. And funny versions of some poems that you might know. Mary had a little jam. She spread it on a waffle, and if she hadn't eaten 10, she wouldn't feel so awful. Ugh. Hickory dickory dock, a mouse jumped in my sock. He wiggled his nose and tickled my toes, which gave me quite a shock. There was a little girl, and she had a little curl that drooped in the middle of her face. To improve her view, she took some goo and stuck it back in place. I don't know what that goo is. I hope it's not. She has a little Yes, yes, I feel that too if I don't tame my, luckily my crown helps keep my curls down, yes. Okay. Oh, I like this one. Jack was nimble, Jack was quick. Jack jumped over the candlestick. Jack kept jumping much too close. Now his pants smell like burnt toast. Oh, yes, we won't go into that one too deeply. Diddle diddle dumpling, my son Scooter, played around with my computer. He pressed the buttons and hit the keys. Now it's in Chinese. Uh-oh. Oh, we've lost the book. Okay. All right. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. I wish they'd had super glue way back then. They could have put Humpty together again. Oh dear. If you tune in on Saturday at 10, you'll find a way of sending Humpty on a wild ride, but he should survive. Mary, Mary, quite contrary, what does your garden grow? Spinach, broccoli, cauliflower? To which Mary answered, no. Contrary means everything. Tom, Tom, the teacher's son, went to school when he was one. The only thing young knew was play a game of peekaboo. That's why we don't go to school when we're 1 year old. And I like this one. Old Mother Hubbard went to the cupboard to give her dog a bone. But the dog couldn't wait, so when dinner was late, he ordered pizza by phone. I like that the dog took things into his own paws, didn't he? Oh, final one. I think this is very fitting. There was an old woman who lived in a shoe, which wasn't too bad when the winter winds blew. But the strong summer was too hot to handle, so she packed all her stuff and moved into a sandal. You see her summer sandal there? Oh, lost it again. There. I like the idea of moving into a nice sandal when it gets too hot. Oh. Jack Sprat would have no cat. His wife would have no dog. So when they went to buy a pet, they settled on a hog. The cat does not look too happy, does she? Oh, this one's sweet. 3 kind mice, see how they run. They all ran after the farmer's wife. They took out some cheese and they cut her a slice. Did you ever see such a sight in your life as 3 kind mice? Aw. There they are, giving the farmer's wife a slice of cheese. Did you like those versions of the stories? Sometimes it's fun to take a song or a story and change it up a little bit.
Well, thank you so much, Queen Laura, for reading that to us. That was fun. All right, now we're going to do a little action rhyme with you, and it's called The Grand Old of York. And we're going to sing this to the tune of The Farmer in the Dell. So here we go. The grand old Duke of York, he had 10,000 men. He marched them to the top of the hill. He marched them down again. And when they were up, they were up. And when they were down, they were down. And when they were only halfway up, they were neither up nor down. Okay. So now I am going to read you a story called Jack and the Beanstalk. This is kind of a classic fairy tale. Didn't change this one up. We're just going to read it to you. And this particular version was adapted by Cindy McKay, illustrated by Lydia Halverson, and this was published by Treasure Bay Inc. Okay, here we go. Once upon a time, a poor widow lived in a tiny cottage with her young son, Jack. Jack was a good boy, but he knew nothing of the world beyond his home. Jack and his mother were so poor that the only thing they had to eat or drink was milk from their cow. One day, the cow stopped giving milk. Oh no. Leaving Jack and his mother with nothing at all to fill their bellies. Mother gave Jack the cow. She told Jack to take it to town, and she told Jack to sell it. Jack did as he was told. Jack set off to town and had not traveled far when a woman approached and said, "Good morning, Jack." "Good morning," he replied, surprised that she knew his name. "That's a fine-looking cow," said the woman. "I will trade you 4 beans for it." Jack looked up at his big cow, and he looked down at the small beans, and he said to the woman, "No, thank you." "You drive a hard bargain, Jack," the woman replied, "but I want that cow, so I will give you 5 beans for it." Then the woman whispered in his ear, "These are no ordinary beans, Jack. They are magic. They hold the answer to all your dreams." Jack had many dreams. He wanted to see his mother happy, so he gave the woman his cow, and then he took the beans to his mother. But his mother was not happy. Jack told his mother the beans were magic, but she did not believe in magic anymore. She threw beans out the window, then sent Jack to bed with an empty stomach. The next morning, she was surprised to find a great tall beanstalk had grown outside their window. But Jack was not surprised at all. Jack kissed his mother goodbye, then he went up the beanstalk to find his dream. When Jack got to the top, he saw a very big house. As Jack walked toward the house, he was once again met by a woman who had traded him the magic beans. She told him that a horrible giant lived in the house, and that when Jack was very, very young, this same giant had killed Jack's father and stolen all he owned. So you see, Jack, everything in that house really belongs to you and your mother. Jack knew what he had to do. He had to get his things back. He had to get them for his mother. He had to get them from the big mean giant. As soon as Jack neared the house, he saw the giant's wife sweeping the doorstep. Jack was scared. He knew that little boys were a favorite meal of both giants and giantesses alike, so he did not ask to be invited in. Instead, he grabbed her broom and swept through the door. See him there on the end of the broom? Everything in the house was big. It made Jack feel very, very small. It also made him feel scared. He did not want to meet the giant. Suddenly, Jack heard the sound of enormous footsteps. He scurried up a curtain cord to a high shelf where he quickly hid inside a sack of gold. Then he heard the giant shout, "Fee, fi, fo, fum, I smell the blood of an Englishman. Be he alive or be he dead, I'll grind his bones to make my bread." Oh dear. The giant came into the room, and he was very big. and very mean, and the room shook with each step he took. The giant began Jack. His wife, upon hearing he was looking for a yummy little boy, eagerly joined in. But soon the giant grew tired of looking and ordered his wife to bring him his sacks of gold instead. The giant took the sack that Jack was in, but he did not open it. The giant took another sack and began to count his gold. Fortunately, the giant was not very good with numbers, and he had to keep starting over with one. This tired him quickly, and soon he fell asleep. That's when Jack tiptoed from his hiding place to stare in awe at the giant's gold, which really belonged to him and his mother. Jack knew what he had to do. He had to get his gold back. He had to get it for his mother. He had to get it from the big, mean giant. Jack hoisted a sack of gold upon his back. Then, so the giant would not think it was missing when he awoke, Jack replaced the gold with a sack of beans. Quiet as a mouse, Jack slipped out of the giant and ran all the way to the beanstalk and quickly slid back down to earth. Jack's mother was very happy to see Jack and the gold. She did not want Jack to ever go back up the beanstalk. But Jack knew what he had to do. Several days later, Jack climbed up the beanstalk once more. He ran straight to the giant's house and heaved a huge rock at the big front door. When the giant's wife opened it to see who was knocking, Jack slipped into the house behind her. Jack went from room to room. He saw many things the giant took from his father. And then the house began to shake. The giant was home. I smell the blood of an Englishman. Be he alive or be he dead, I'll grind his bones. My bread. Jack gasped in fear as he crouched behind a nearby cage to hide. From there, he watched in terror as the giant and his wife tore the room apart looking for him. Jack sat very still. He did not make a sound. Soon, the giant got tired of looking. He and his wife gave up. The giant ordered his wife to bring him his cage with the golden goose, the very cage behind which Jack was hiding. Jack scampered into the shadows and continued to watch as the giant took the goose from its cage. What Jack saw next nearly took his breath away, for the golden goose began to lay golden eggs. Jack knew what he had to do. He had to get his goose back. He had to get it for his mother. He had to get it from the big, mean giant. The giant soon grew tired of watching the wondrous goose lay golden eggs. With a yawn and a stretch, he fell asleep. That's when Jack tiptoed from his hiding place and grabbed the golden goose. Then, to keep it from honking, Jack snatched a chunk of bread and fed it to the goose as he fled. Jack ran out the door, ran down the road. Then the goose went honk and woke the giant up. The giant leapt from his chair to chase Jack, his huge strides bringing him closer with every step. Jack jumped into the beanstalk just as the big, mean giant reached out his arm to grab him. Luckily for Jack, the giant missed. Jack went down the beanstalk and his mother was at the bottom. She was glad that Jack was safe, but she did not want Jack to ever go back up. But Jack knew what he had to do. The next time Jack returned to the giant's house, he sneaked in through an open window. Once inside, Jack heard a haunting voice singing a beautiful song. He followed the sound and found the giant listening to a magic. Jack knew what he had to do. He had to get the harp back. He had to get it for his mother. He had to get it from Big Mean Giant. Suddenly, the giant ordered the harp to stop singing, and he put his nose into the air to sniff. Jack froze. He knew what was coming next. 3, 5, 4, I smell the blood of an English will be he dead. I'll grind his bones to my bread. The giant looked for Jack. His wife looked for Jack, but soon they got tired and gave up. The giant ordered the harp to sing again, and this time she sang a lullaby. Before long, the rafters were shaking with the giant's mighty snores. That's when Jack tiptoed from his hiding place and grabbed up the magic harp. Then, to keep the giant chasing him, he hid the tune inside a cooking box. Jack ran up the door. He ran down the road. Then the harp began to sing, and the giant woke up. The furious giant jumped up to chase Jack. Immediately, he realized that his shoes were missing. This only made him even more angry and more determined than ever to catch Jack and gobble him up. The giant frantically searched for his missing shoes and finally gave and chased after Jack in his bare feet. Jack ran very fast, but the giant ran faster. Jack went down the beanstalk, but the giant went down the beanstalk too. Uh-oh. Jack slid down that beanstalk in the wink of an eye. Then he shouted for his mother to bring him an axe. With 3 mighty whacks, Jack chopped that beanstalk down. The plant toppled and crashed down to earth, and with it crashed the big, mean giant. That was the end of the beanstalk. That was the end of the giant, too. And Jack and his mother lived happily ever after. That is the end. All right. Did you guys enjoy that version of Jack and the Beanstalk? Awesome. That was quite a story. Won in the end. He got back what was rightfully his. Okay, we're going to sing a little song to you now called Jack and the Beanstalk. Jack and the Beanstalk, 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 Jack and the Beanstalk growing up high. Looking for the giant, giant, giant. Looking for the giant up in the sky. Climbing back down, back down, back down. Climbing back down, quick, quick, quick. And that is it. Oh my goodness.
So remember, next week we're going to have some sword play and shields and lots of stories about knights.
And are we going to be moving your Squire Charles up to a knight?
Well, we're going to have to see how he does on his training. It's not a given.
Uh-oh.
So,
Uh-oh,
yes, yes.
Better pass all the tests.
He's doing very well, I will say. He's coming along very well. So you'll have to tune in next week to find out. And I did tease a little bit earlier about Steam Saturday this week is Humpty Dumpty. Humpty Dumpty is an egg, if you remember. And in the nursery rhyme, Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall, and Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. And all the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put poor Humpty together again. Well, I always felt a little bad for Humpty. I didn't think it was fair. For Steam Saturday, I sent him on a pretty wild ride that he survived. So you'll have to tune in and find out how that happens.
Well, I hope you all enjoyed our fractured fairy tale story time. So now we're going to sing our goodbye song. We wave
Goodbye like this. We wave
We wave
goodbye like
like
this.
this.
We
We
wave
wave
goodbye
goodbye to
to
all
all
our
our
friends.
friends.
We
We
wave
wave goodbye
goodbye
like
like
this.
this.